The little kitten, barely bigger than a teacup, tilted his head and held out his paw, hoping not to be hurt. His tiny, emerald eyes, wide with a mixture of fear and desperation, watched the woman. She crouched low, her hands careful, wrapped around a small, worn-out cardboard box. He'd found her earlier, a shadow against the fading light of the twilight, huddled beside a dumpster, a shivering, lonely sound escaping his throat. He'd seen her before, often. She'd always shooed him away, but tonight, there was something different in her gaze. A flicker of something that hinted at kindness. He'd been hungry, terribly hungry, his stomach a hollow ache. He'd watched rats scurry across the alley, their sharp eyes glinting in the dim light, their presence a constant threat. She gently placed the box, lined with a soft blanket, on the ground. A flurry of tiny, nervous movements from the kitten. Inside, nestled amongst the worn fabric, were scraps of meat and a small bowl of water. He sniffed cautiously, his whiskers twitching. The scent was enticing, and fear, for once, softened to a primal hunger. He inched closer, a hesitant, little meow escaping his throat. He peered inside, then, in a blur of movement, he was inside, tucking into the offered sustenance. He ate ravenously, his little body trembling as a shudder ran through his frame. Then, he lay down, snuggled against the warmth of the blanket. Sleep, after all this hunger, felt like the most beautiful thing. Days stretched into weeks. The woman, whose name was Sarah, returned every evening. She'd bring the box, filled with food and the comforting scent of her lavender-scented hand cream. She named him Jasper. Jasper, once a frightened shadow, became a trusting companion. He purred, a low rumble, when she stroked his soft fur, his emerald eyes reflecting her kindness. He would follow her around the apartment, her footsteps echoing through the quiet nights. She noticed a growing lump on his leg, a painful-looking swelling. His tiny meows grew more urgent. The suspense, Sarah thought, tightened around her like a rope. Was it a tumor? An infection? Could she afford the vet? Her meager savings were dwindling, a lifeline fraying with each passing day. He was so small, so vulnerable. One evening, while Sarah was waiting in the veterinarian's office, her heart pounded in her chest. The suspense was killing her. Every footstep in the hallway, every hushed conversation, felt like a verdict. She gripped her purse, trying to quell the frantic beating of her own heart. The vet emerged, her face etched with concern. "It's a bit unusual," she said, her voice soft, "but we managed to save it. It's a birth defect. Something was too small in its development, and it caused this lump." Sarah's breath caught in her throat. "But it's not cancerous," the vet continued. "We've given him antibiotics. He's just a little weak right now, but he should make a full recovery." The lump, no longer the cause of worry. Relief washed over Sarah, a wave of gratitude and love for the little creature she'd taken in. Jasper, curled up on the worn blanket, purred. He'd found not just a meal, not just warmth, but a home. He'd found someone to trust, someone who saw the potential within his small, battered body, even in his pain.